Okay. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? And hope you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me okay, and we'll get started. Thanks very much, Yvonne. It's very kind of you. Okay. So I'm not going to give any shout outs today because I want to get straight on with the updates so that you guys can get on with your day. But just a warm welcome to all the tea clubbers. They're the ones that are in green. And thank you very much for your continued support, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. So if I'm looking tired, that's because myself, Marty, and Chris have been burning the midnight oil and been up early. Just really to clarify some of the things that were said on the roundtable last night, so that, as always, you get the correct information from us three. We wanted to make sure that what we heard and thought was correct, and we wanted clarifications on it, a few things, which we've got now, by the way, which is absolutely fantastic, so that we are all saying the same thing. And as always, and as Ash says, if you want the truth, the real up-to-date information, come to myself, Marty, or Chris, and that is exactly what you will get. If we don't know, we say we don't know, but one thing's for sure, if you hear it from us, then it is what has been said. Now, this recap that I'm going to give you today, there is a lot more to the webinar than what I'm going to recap here. There's certain information that I won't be going over because it's proprietary, because it was a founders only webinar. But if you are a founder, this is obviously a public domain. If you are a founder, then you can log into your back office, and Peter Sarer, with the help of Janet Butler and Daryl Cook, have done an excellent recap written version that is in the updates section in O Leaders. And also Marty DeGamo has also posted now the Ash part of the webinar for you to get the recording if you missed it last night. I do suggest that you go and listen to it. Very powerful, very much from the heart, but also gave a huge vision of where the direction of OnPassive is going to be going and what is in store for us. So without further ado, let's get going. So Ash came on. He said he was really, really fired up, as he has been many, many times when he's been coming on. He said, if you are alert, you will pull out of me for today some really great news. And actually, we did not get disappointed from what we heard. How many of you will be excited today to take that lump sum, rather, or your desired amount, and walk away with it with nothing to know about OnPassive forever? He posed this question to all of us to see our reactions. Now, why is he doing this? He's doing it to try and prove to us, to show to us how important this founder's position really is. You know, we've talked, many of us leaders have talked about that founder's position you have your hands on, of how important it is. This is just another way of him saying you could walk away tomorrow with a lump sum, but you are going to be missing out on so much that is going to be coming your way in the future. Obviously, majority of the people said no. I was watching the chat. A few people said yes. People in the Navy SEALs, actually, how that trust within their comrades is far more important than performance. Now, as you well know, I did 10 years in the military myself, and I was an instructor teaching recruits. And it was certainly one of the basic parts of what training was all about, was to trust fully in your comrades, okay, and make sure that that trust that you have in your fellow person is almost blood bound, that you do anything for the person next to you. And this is really a little bit about where we are with OnPassive as a founder. We should trust each other implicably, and part of the OnPassive journey has allowed us to see the trust and loyalty and mindset over the skills and mechanics of other people. You know, the more we are in OnPassive, the longer we are here, we do realize and do know there is far more to OnPassive than just about earning a residual income. There is far more to it. And every single time that Ash comes on, he gives us such an insight into his way of thinking, of how he's got these visions for OnPassive, and us, the founders, as well. And that rubs off on us so much more now. And I think many of us have got a completely different mentality now from when we first started the OnPassive journey. I know I certainly have, from 4 years ago. He actually said 4 years ago, I said, we are going to make this happen. And I said, we will make this happen. Do or die attitude, he said. If you are saying to me, I will try, or I will see what happens, this is no good to him. You may not actually get to see it happening because you haven't got that do or die attitude. If you've got that, you will go all out until it is done. And it is a very true statement. It's a bit like writing down your goals factually on a piece of paper. If they are written down, you have a far better chance of achieving those goals because it is something that is bound on a piece of paper. It is not just something in your head. And having a do or die attitude really does drive you forward when the going gets tough, because you have got that attitude. We have paved the way with OnPassive so that you guys will benefit from this attitude that we have. He went on to say, I charged you $97. And if all you had to do was pledge your loyalty, be a thinker, and we will deliver you a hands-free automated system that's ethically done for your applications and platform, so that you can market your business or take OnPassive as your primary business. Now, many of us now have recognized this and have taken OnPassive as our primary business. I do know many people who came to OnPassive with a business of their own, looking for the platform to help them with their own business, and many of them now have moved over to OnPassive full time because they have seen what OnPassive can do, and it's far bigger than their own business. Fast forward, then it became many other different platforms, new creations, technologies, all done from scratch. We created departments, locations, leaders, and teams so that we can achieve the impossible. And really, it has been the impossible, because if you think back to 4 years when this journey first started, no name, just an idea, to where we are now 4 years later in OnPassive, it really has almost been an impossible journey that our CEO has created for us. We started thinking beyond what we started at the beginning. We have got now a community, a movement, a family far greater than any business transaction or product. With like-minded leaders, we got encouraged. And what happened? That raised the bar for us. And now we have taken it one step further. Success is not a ceremony. If that was the case, the better the wedding cake, the better the marriage. But we know that that is not true. So what does that exactly mean? It means that it's not all about having this grand ceremony of fireworks and all the rest of it to say, hey, look at us, it's OnPassive. No, it's about the consistency and how we are progressing in this journey with OnPassive. So I would not be surprised that we do have a ceremony, but it's actually after the occasion, because that is not really the focus that OnPassive has got of the big ceremony. The focus on OnPassive is to make sure that everything goes correctly, according to plan, and that we open our doors to the public in the right controlled manner. It's good to have a sense of humor also, he says. People who smile can defeat anything, and that is such a true statement. Again, going back to my army days, I remember when times were hard, if anything happened to anybody physically, mentally, or in any other way, the first thing we used to do was to really rip the piss out of people first, and then have a good laugh about it, and then ask them if they're okay afterwards. And it certainly helps keep a much more good atmosphere around the place, because otherwise things will get on top of you, that's for sure. He also said an endless number of applications we have designed, and then we've got the data centers, then we've got artificial intelligence, machine learning, and we started thinking further with items we shelved until later, but we've now brought them forward. We built on them and compounded them, and we have also increased that value. For $97, you get a digital market. You got a digital marketing platform before the market, a conceptual proposal that became a completely different animal. We're at the stage now where we have closed the founders opportunity for $97. Does it mean you pay $97 and you have access to everything? No, it doesn't. And he said, quite frankly, that is not right. The value has gone up tremendously of that $97. You, the founder, will be the first on the planet to activate your artificial intelligent products and services, meaning any potential growth beyond is forced to be following you guys. This is if you qualify to be in our Navy. Again, what he means by that is within the family, within the like-minded people, and all of the rest of it. Logistically, you must have had to have signed your NDA in a proper signature, not hiding somewhere under a rock. You must be visible and reachable. What does that mean? All you guys here right now on this live, you are reachable and visible people. It takes two to be successful. If you are reachable and noticeable, we will be successful together. So if the company want to reach out and find you, then you are here to be found. Use this force to get where you want to go. If it's clean, you will get there, he said. If you use OnPassive for your clean, positive goals, I believe 1000% that you will not have a force greater than OnPassive. You must be visible and plugged in. What makes me think so? If you have almost 10%, it's the substance, it's the core. The next 10% is going to be absolutely massive, and we increase the value, not the price, but the value of what you are getting for that price. If you see someone registered after the 22nd of June, he said, I will apologize, but he said, I can guarantee you that no one after that date will become a founder, not even if someone is offering me billions of dollars for that position. That is how serious he is about closing off this founder's position. It is not something you can buy into at a later date. He said, if we do that, we lose all morality, okay? And trust and principles of that morality go far greater than just money is all concerned. For our loyal founders, we are guaranteeing you a grandfathered right into all OnPassive products and futures. Now, this was a big, big deal that he said. Just by being a founder, he is saying that now or in the future, you will have granddad rights into products and services of OnPassive. Now, I'll go into detail about what that means to us as founders in a moment, but I'll continue with the recap. He said, if in 5 years from now we create additional products that I don't even know the names of now, by the way, and we haven't even produced them now, he said, you will forever have value, okay, from those products as those granddad rights. And this is going to increase 100-fold as we keep on going forward. One thing he did say, he says, what we don't want to do is to give everything to you and the public all at once. He said it's a bit like eating food. And this was the analogy he gave. He said that if something is really nice, we want to savor it before we go on to something else. We don't want all the food to come at the same time so that we get overwhelmed by it. We want to have one course, savor it, enjoy it, and then move on to the next one and savor and enjoy that. He said, so if we are slow with bringing out our products, okay, we will be seeing maybe 10 or 12 products in a year coming out. And this is because we want to have this disruptive effect. Okay, we want to create the value with our products, and we actually want you guys to understand and enjoy those products before we are looking forward and seeing something else. Some tools actually of our products will be there just for fun. And what does that mean? He says if we create something without an overall minimal value of use, okay, we will use it and it will be absolutely free for people to use. There is going to be products that are going to be there, and he actually gave the analogy maybe trim. We don't know. He hasn't come up. Might be free to use for absolutely everyone. This is because everything in life is not about making money. My father used to say to me, son, everything in life is not a money-making exercise. And it is so true. Sometimes you get far more out of your customers by giving something back than you do for charging something for it. He said, Oh Bless, for example, will touch every corner on the planet Earth and will impact every single person. The company will take the expenses incurred for having Oh Bless. Remember, the company aren't making a dime from Oh Bless. We're not taking any money or commissions from people using the Oh Bless platform. It is there by design for people to use for the greater good of the planet and what they are going to impact by raising that money. You will always be grandfathered first to all OnPassive products before they go commercially. We are not just a business concept. We fail typically business 101, and then we are here to provide the biggest value and impact humanity as a united force. No one will offer you anything like OnPassive, whether money, inspiration, or reviving shelved dreams. OnPassive will deliver on all of those things. Any activation we have you pay to any package we can customize. Okay, so originally there was a one package, or if you remember, we were banding around between $200 to $300 to activate your account. This is now not going to be there. Okay, it's going to be individual. Okay, but you will not get everything. We don't want to infringe on people who can't afford everything. So here he gave an example, and this is only an example, guys, okay, but it does explain things very well. So if you can only afford a product called Oh Bob, for instance, that's $50, okay, but there's also another product called Oh Charles, and that's $150, but you can only afford 50. That gets your account activated and your foot in the door, okay? And if you bought only Bob, you will still make commissions on people within your organization, okay, who have bought Oh Charles, okay, because you are grandfathered into all of the other products of OnPassive, okay, you will then gain commissions within your organization from that grandfathered rights. So whether you pay to use it or not, those commissions you will see in your wallet. But here's the thing, and it is very important you understand what I am saying here now. For you to be able to withdraw, okay, those commissions that you see in your wallet, you will have to activate Oh Charles, but you can use the commissions that come into your wallet to be able to upgrade to Oh Charles. Okay, so there is a massive incentive for people always to go in as Oh Charles rather than Oh Bob. But it does mean if people can't afford it, they come in as Oh Bob, the money starts coming in, they have to wait a little while, the money's there, then they upgrade to Oh Charles, then they get the commissions. Because you are grandfathered into all of this, the commissions, whether you pay to use it or not, okay, founders, okay, all will structurally, okay, still be part of the system. So there's no skipping or passing up the next person. All right, it is there. It just means that you won't be able to touch it until you have activated the Oh Charles. Now you don't have to, by the way, okay, but if the money's there, then it makes sense for you to upgrade to Oh Charles. Okay, so I hope that has helped explain it a little bit of how the grandfather rights are concerned. In basic figures, it means that you will have, okay, the right of anybody in your organization, if they have bought a product, you have the grandfather rights to earn the commissions from those. So they'll be coming back to you, but you will only have the referral link and be able to withdraw if you have paid for that product. Ash said before, remember, you can only get the commissions, or that means withdraw the commissions from something that you own, and that means that you have paid for it. But you can also use the commissions from your organization to pay for it. So he said, we want you to savor the products one at a time. Now, I think that's a really, really big point, okay, for us as founders. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, he said that by the end of August, we expect to have 9 over market value products, okay, are ready for us. Him saying we savor the products one at a time really means to me that we're not going to see all 9 all at the same time, okay? It means that the likelihood is, okay, this is not being said, it's only what I am surmising, okay, but the likelihood is that we will see probably one of these products prior to the end of that period of time. Obviously, we have no details yet, but we will go. Obviously, we will know about this as we come. As James Black has just said, it's best to purchase the whole of the products if you can afford to do so. Absolutely correct, because guess what? You are earning commissions from all of them all at the same time. There is no waiting period. But what Ash has done for us here, okay, is to say, if you can't afford it, you're not going to get left behind. You come in at this lower level with this one lower product. You're still going to get the commissions within your organization because your grandfather righted into them, okay, and they will come in. You can use that money. You can build it up to enough money that you can then activate the next one, the next one, the next one, etc. How fantastic is that? It really does show the heart of this guy, that he doesn't want to leave anyone behind. He wants to give the best opportunity to absolutely anybody and anyone, regardless of where they are in the world, to be able to use OnPassive as a residual income and to get those back. So that's absolutely fantastic. Just a few more bits. Then he came up, says we are finalizing some merchants. Okay, this is all being done via Dubai. He said that Mohammed Kamal, the COO from there, he said he's heading all up this. We haven't been given a time frame for when this is, he says, but we also know that at the moment we are it's going to be accepted in 196 countries, 120 different currencies, and 6 different methods of withdrawal using this merchants. So the way to pay the OnPassive is going to be completely different. There'll be inbound and outbound, and it's going to be from Dubai. We're looking into some days and weeks where we are confident we'll have enough stamina for our own financial system to be able to go live. That is a big deal. I mean, every single time we hear from Ash Mufareh, he almost makes my jaw drop. You know, we were talking about things the other day, and now he drops a bomb that we're going to have our own financial system. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy, isn't it, really, to think we've got our own data center. We are going to be completely self-sufficient with everything that we are doing. He said that we will only ever have over market value products for sale. Okay, remember I said for sale. Remember he said that if anything is not over market value, there's a fair chance that it will be free to use for everyone. The digital products will change the course of several billion lives, he said. Their lives will be better due to the improvements of the artificial intelligence in our products, enabling students, organizations, and governments to be able to better and benefit themselves from using these products and services. Now, there is more to the webinar that I'm not going to go over on a public platform like this. If you want to know what they are, just log into your back office, guys. Go over 2 updates, 2 O leaders, and they are there from Peter Saru, Janet Butler, and Daryl Cook, and also Marty has put in there the webinar as well. So pop over there. My recap of the whole of the webinar last night was looking at it the second time, letting it sink in, digesting it, and all, reading between the lines, which we have to very often with Ash Mufareh, getting the final clarifications of what I wanted to know. It is far bigger and far better than I ever thought it would be. He has made it possible for every single founder to be able to activate their account and still benefit by being a founder because of the grandfather rights. It is an amazing, great-hearted statement from him to say, we don't want to leave everyone behind, anybody behind. We are going to make it possible and available to absolutely every founder to be able to activate their accounts. But as been said in the chat, obviously, if you can afford it, then it is far better for you to activate as many of those products as you possibly can, because you're going to benefit commission-wise straight away from all of them. So that's it from me. I hope it made sense. I hope it's put a bit of clarity to what you watched last night, and really giving you something to think about as far as your position as a founder is concerned in OnPassive. We will be over this coming week talking more about the roundtable, breaking it down even further, talking about specific things within it that we heard, and bringing to you for the next few days a little more snippets about what we heard and what we learned. In half an hour then, Marty's going to be on. He's going to be doing a recap as well. It's always beneficial, guys, for you to go to myself, Marty, and to Chris, okay, to get the best information as possible. We all say things differently, but one thing's for sure, we are all saying the same thing. So if you are like-minded as I am, and you plug into me and the way that I explain it, fantastic. But if you are better tuned into Marty or into Chris, the way that they explained it, then pop over to these guys and they will do. Ash Mufareh, thank you so much, sir, for your super sticker and your support. You snuck in right at the end. That's very kind of you. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for everything you do, for the support you give me on this channel. If this is the first time that you are watching this channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there or in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to it. There's also a bell on the side that will notify you whenever I do any more videos on this channel. It's all about OnPassive here, guys. There will be nothing else except for OnPassive every single day. If you want the best, you know where to come. That's it from me. Bye for now.